स्पॉटलाइट में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं आपकी होस्ट अमीता। Join me weekly as I talk to inspiring guests who will share their success stories and inspirational events. Our guest today is a community leader who wears multiple hats. Director for a not-for-profit organization, a professional realtor, an events manager, a motivational speaker, a mother, and much more. It's my pleasure to welcome to our show Miss Moshki Virk. Moshki, it's nice to have you here with us.
Thank you so much, Amitha, for having me. It's a pleasure.
You're so busy doing so many different things. लेकिन पहले हमें आपके बारे में कुछ बताइए about your growing up, your education.
Sure. My background is from India. I was born and brought up in Chandigarh. Chandigarh is a beautiful city designed by a French architect. So I'm a really proud Chandigarhian too. So yes. I started my career, like my education there. I did my master's in English and I did my degree in mass communication. My starting as a career was with a newspaper because I did my journalism. So I was really excited. So I wanted to work with the newspapers. I worked with Indian Express and Tribune newspaper.
Very well known.
And luckily I got a government job as a media manager. So then I was into a state level government position as handling the entire media for them.
Wow, आपकी position इतनी अच्छी थी इंडिया में and then but we are lucky you're here in Canada. How did you make the move to Canada?
So जैसे बताया कि बहुत अच्छा job profile था. I was very happy working with the state level government. So the things happened that I got married. And my husband was really keen on moving to Canada or Australia.
Oh, okay.
So since the immigration was open in Canada and Australia, so we actually applied for both. हमारे बहुत अच्छे friends जो थे उन लोगों ने apply किया था. उन लोगों को 3 साल, किसी को 4 साल हो गए थे, and they were still in the waiting process. So my husband said, let's try both the places and see whatever opportunity comes first. And surprisingly, we were lucky. Because of my education and my experience, I was the prime applicant. So we got the letter from Canadian immigration that my case has been approved.
Nice.
So it was really exciting. So we thought that it's more like a dream come true. So I got my immigration papers in 6 months, which was really really great because they had some pilot project. So my file was picked up in that, and we came here early.
Nice. It was meant to be. अब आप यहाँ पर है, and you're doing a lot for the community. So it was really meant to be कि you had to come and land in Canada.
Yeah, but you know what? When we landed, it was though we had like high dreams and high aspirations, but when we landed, just like other immigrants, we had to go through a struggle time because we were the first from our family to come here. So कोई family में से यहाँ नहीं था. We were the first ones, so it was initially a very big struggle. I'm talking like 2002, so 14, 15 years back. That time, there were not so many facilities available for new immigrants. So, and then on top of it, I had a 6-month-old baby.
Wow.
So it was another challenge to have a small baby with you. So I was almost stay-at-home mom. My husband decided to start work. And it was initially hard to even get an employment in his own field of study. He had a background in transportation, so he thought that let me try my hand in transportation because that is something which is very popular in Canada.
For sure.
Yeah, so during that time, first few years, I had a small baby, so I was stay at home. Husband started with transportation work, and I was like really bored because I was so active in India, and it was so boring to stay at home just not doing anything. So I thought, let me take up some courses or do something about it. So my first initiation was to take a mortgage license. So I contacted Seneca College, took a part-time course with them for mortgages. That was really good to get started. But then eventually I realized that that's not my forte. I was
just going to ask, like it's kind of a contrast, right, from what you were doing in India. So I was just wondering, was there a particular reason? Was it because it was a booming industry at that time? What made you take up that as a profession?
I thought that mortgages would be something like 9-to-5 job.
Okay,
something
so it's steady, like
steady. And moreover, I had young kids because I had another baby by that time. So I had 2 boys to look after. So I thought it's more flexible and more of within the time frame that I can manage. And but somehow I didn't really like pursuing that as a career. So then I picked up a job with Walmart as a customer service to get some Canadian experience, so-called
Canadian
Canadian experience. That was good. I mean, there's a lot of networking, a lot of meeting out people. So something to really look for, because initially it was like all by myself. So at least you're moving out, meeting a lot of people. So that was something good. But then finally I decided that I have to do something better than that. So real estate came.
Yeah.
We purchased our first home actually here. And that was the experience, because when I was going through the process of purchasing, that actually motivated me to think about real estate as a career.
Very good. I love the fact कि आपने कहा struggle थे आप दोनों के, and you know now you're four, a family of four.
That's right.
The struggle तो था, लेकिन you didn't let go. You know, you went for whatever opportunities were available at that time, and then build up to a point where you could do what you really wanted to do.
So I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know what, struggle तो है जब आप ऐसे एक देखें, आप जब अपने country से आते हैं, you're already established there, and now you're in a new country where nobody knows you, you have no identity, and you have to start and make money too, because you have to run your family. So it was a struggle, but then again it was taking like chances, like there were so many opportunities, so you have to pick something which suits your requirement. So struggle तो था बच्चों के साथ, raising them, because so many stories we would hear कि बच्चों को आप डे केयर में छोड़ते हो, they don't really take care of them, you lose your kids and all that stuff. So my husband decided that no, it's better you stay home and take care of kids until they really go to school. So first 4 years I was almost stay at home. And then in 2007 actually I started working as a realtor. So that was something which was really good. Then at least I had a career to look forward to. So,
yes, and but you didn't just stop there. जो आपकी अंदर की एक call, like the call from within was still happening. That's why now you're using your experience and helping others and working with not-for-profit organizations. तो उसके बारे में हम जानेंगे, लेकिन उससे पहले लेते एक छोटा सा ब्रेक. Spotlight में फिर से आपका स्वागत है. We are talking to Miss Moshki Virk. She's the recipient of the Award for Women of Action from the Peel Women Entrepreneur Group. A very well-deserved award, Moshki.
Thank you.
So tell us now, you are one of the founders for ICACI. So tell us what that's all about.
Yeah, ICACI stands for Indo-Canadian Arts and Culture Initiative. So what happened, Amitha, was that though we were busy in our career, we were making good money and everything was settled, मुझे ऐसा लगा कि हमें अपनी community के लिए भी कुछ करना चाहिए. So I was attending one of the events, Baisakhi event actually, which is coming up now.
That's true.
So I'm talking in 2014 actually, 13. I was attending one of the event and I met few of my friends. So they said, Moshki, you were very active in India. What happened? Why don't you do something here as well? And I said, I don't know what I can do. They said, maybe some community event. So I realized that March is usually the International Women's Day month that is celebrated all over the world. So we thought, let's do something for that. So then that was the first time in 2013, we decided to come up with a small event, especially to actually encourage women to come together, network and support each other. So that was the purpose to start with International Women's Day celebration. So we did our first event. I was really skeptical. I didn't know a lot of people that time. But luckily media was very supportive. We went to different medias like radio, newspaper, TV, and they supported our event. They really recognized us and doing all this effort. And we got very good response. I was thinking maybe if we can get 40 or 50 guests would be really great. Surprisingly, we had over 100 guests and we were sold out for the first event. And then we had some keynote speakers. They shared their experiences, like especially when you're a new immigrant, you face a lot of racism, especially for the women folk when they're going to a career, they face this. And there was another woman who started, again, as a struggle, she started, and then today she was a role model for other women. So we had 3 good speakers who would talk about their experiences. Then we had few vendors, they were working from home. So we wanted them to come out and meet people and network so that it can help them in their business as well. So it was such a good response that we got that we decided to move on and make it an annual event.
Nice. So that's what ICACI is all about. It's about providing that platform where, women, not just women, I guess in general, people can share the experiences and take it from there and do something better with their lives or get the support from others who have been through a similar struggle.
Exactly, and that was the purpose. So we registered it as a non-profit because we wanted to move forward with that and have a lot of members and support team so that it becomes a teamwork, not just an individual. So though I'm a founder director, but then we have a very good advisory board who supports us. And then we had, and that year onwards, 2014 onwards, we decided to have some awards for women who have been contributing in the community. So we came up with the idea of giving Women Heroes Awards.
Nice.
So that was something very attractive, like a lot of people got involved in that. And then we invited nominations so that we can really pick and choose somebody who's really worked hard, who was an immigrant, struggled through the time, and today they are successful role models for the women.
That's really nice of you. I mean, the people who do it like yourself don't really expect anything in return, but when you have an award like that, it brings it out more to the community, and you make them more aware of what's happening out there, and then you inspire them to do even better.
Yeah, and that's really been an inspiring journey because now this year we celebrate our 5th year.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. And we're so proud to have such a good support from the community. So now we are not limiting ourselves to South Asian community. So this time we reached out to the mainstream and we had given 9 Women Heroes Awards this year. So there were 2-3 new additions. One was we involved youth. We had some young girls who've done some community work, social work. So they are still in university, they're studying, but we thought we'll recognize them. And then we picked up a woman, I'll just mention one of them. She is a woman hero, she's a Canadian. She was from Norway and she's a Canadian woman. And she has her own construction business. And that was surprising, like a woman into construction business, usually it's a man forte. You don't expect women in the construction field.
Be in that field,
and she's running successfully her business and she's a role model for other women. So she was one of the recipient of Women Hero Award.
Well, I'm so proud of you for bringing up ICACI and then, helping the community showcase such amazing people.
Oh, yes.
And it is because it's a true, genuine, wish of yours. That's why you have a lot of support and it's growing every year. So we wish you all the best, with the ICACI initiatives.
Thank you.
But I have to ask you, you're already very busy, a mom at home, professional realtor, and now you have ICACI. Why is it important for you when you're so busy to be giving back to the community?
Honestly, Amitha, it's so important. Reason being that we have a very rich culture in India. I'm talking about India at this time. We have such a rich culture, but our next generation, my kids are born and brought up here. So I wanted that they should stay in touch with our roots, our art and our culture, because it's so rich. We want them to be a part of it, at least bring it back in Canada. Canada is a multicultural country. So why not promote art and culture as well, besides, so many other things. So that was the reason of initiating or starting with the non-profit, especially with keeping art and culture in mind. And then there are some very exceptional good women like Pooja Amin. They're doing dance academies, they're running successfully the dance academy, they're teaching beautiful performances. So we wanted to actually encourage them as well, collaborate with them, so that we can showcase all the beautiful dance performances, folk dances, some ethnic performances, and some artists also, so that they can come and do the art exhibition. So these were a few things that we wanted to bring in and then get our community involved with that.
Very well said. Actually, in a way, so you're kind of providing a medium that people can relate to. Sometimes if you just have, talks or, pamphlets, sometimes people don't pay attention, but you have found a medium where you can attract them, bring it to their attention, spread the awareness of the culture, but at the same time, help them with the struggles that they might be going through in this new place.
Oh yes, for sure. And it's been really awesome because a lot of new immigrants come to our event and we really encourage them to be a volunteer, participate as a vendor, be a sponsor, connect with other people, perform there. So there are a lot of ways they get involved. So it gives them that connection with the community so that they're not feeling left out. They become a part of the community.
Very well said. Well, ICACI is not the only organization you're part of, so we want to find out more. But before that, it's time for a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are talking to Ms. Moshki Virk. She recently received the award for community initiative from IWA. That's amazing, Moshki. So beyond ICACI, you're also part of many other charitable causes. Tell us a bit more.
Sure. I'm a proud recipient. I'm so humbled because it's good to get all the awards, but then the purpose is again to be a part of the community. So this was given to me by International Women's Association, and they felt that I've been doing some work in community. So I'm really proud about that. Yeah.
Very well deserved.
Thank
so
you.
Tell us a bit more of the other organizations that you are part of, whether it's in the foreground or in the background.
Sure. I have been helping as a mentor with few of the organizations because you know what, when the new immigrants, they come, they always look for support. So there is a special program by TRIAC, Toronto region. They have a special program for new immigrants where they actually have some mentors who would mentee some people in the same career field that you are in. So I have helped as a mentor with Access Employment. And actually they invited me as a speaker also for one of their events where they wanted to speak like me to share my journey and my career with new immigrants. That will be motivating and helpful to them. So that was a very good experience. I met a lot of new immigrants and it was so nice to meet them in person and share my experiences with them.
Nice. Another role that you're playing as a motivational speaker.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it's really nice. It gives a lot of satisfaction at the end of the day. And now actually I've been invited by Indo-Canadian Chamber of Commerce to be a speaker at one of their mentorship event. They're actually planning to have a mentorship event soon. And there'll be few speakers there. Shannon Skinner is one of the speakers. She's a very good travel blogger and a TV host. And so she was one of the speakers at our event as well. So I know her very well. She's been great. So I'll be sharing platform with her at ICCC event soon.
Nice. It sounds like it's like a huge network that is spreading out in the making, which is great. There's a lot of support out there, so you don't have to be afraid. Like, mentors and pioneers like Moshki putting it out there for you. But Moshki, I have to ask you, it sounds like there's so much on your plate. Is your family supportive of the many projects that you take up? Yeah,
I would say I'm so lucky to have a supportive family. My kids who were just 6 months and newborn here, today they are grown up. My older one is like 15 now, he's in high school. And the younger one is in grade 7 and he's 13-year-old now. So they are big support. And you know what, and that's what I've tried, that they should also be a part of the community. So for all our events and all the other events that I go to, they like to volunteer there, which is very nice. I feel so good when they are volunteering and helping the community. And actually my son rather encouraged me that, Mom, I would like to be a part of or maybe start an organization for youth. So where we can have some of my friends and some like high school students to be a youth ambassador. So this is a new initiative that we are trying to start soon. And the concept would be that it'll be like a workshop where there'll be an art workshop, music workshop, and a creative workshop. So they'll be all blended together at one place. We're trying to get help from City of Brampton or City of Mississauga, where we can actually get them involved. And then the ambassadors will be, the youth ambassadors will represent that organization, and then voluntarily they'll, you know what, there's so many mental health issues coming up with the youth these days. So we wanted them to get involved, because if they're busy, they're involved, they're connected with other youth, that feeling that illness or mental health issues will finally subside, because that is the purpose, to keep them involved and engaged.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is a new initiative we are planning soon. So another art workshop or a creative workshop coming up
That's
soon.
amazing. Like you are raising your children up with good values, but also leading by example. So they obviously do look up to you, and they try to, follow in your footsteps, and that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's really exciting. There's another project that's coming my way, and I'm thinking of getting my children also involved. It's a group called Sansar. It's again a non-profit, and they deal with diabetic issues. Like a lot of our South Asian community is diabetic,
and it's predisposed genetically.
Yeah, exactly. And they are trying to create awareness about diabetes, and this is something which is like close to my heart, because I've seen a lot of our community involved in issues and illness relating to diabetes. So my kids are also getting involved in the youth adolescent program. So they'll be volunteering, and then they'll be having a gala soon. So we're trying to help them with fundraising.
Nice. Wow, there is so much out in the community that people may not be aware of, and you're making sure, it is being showcased well with all the different things that you do. I was wondering, do you have any spare time for yourself? Do you have any hobbies, or this is what is your hobby as well as passion?
Amitha, yeah, I mean, I love traveling and reading. That's my hobby. And you know what? Being a realtor, sometimes it's very hard and challenging to take time out for traveling. But even my kids sometimes get mad at me, and they say that I should quit my job being a realtor because I'm never home on the weekend, because weekend gets very busy with the clients in real estate. But then I try to cover up or help them by taking them out in winter break. So usually in November, December is time we travel. We love to travel to states, like we've taken them to Disney and South Carolina and different places. Because that's a time, at least it's a family time. Because summertime gets busy, so we have to compensate them somehow. So we travel in winter time and take care of that part.
Nice. Well, Moshki, you're a true shining example. It goes to show that you can use the 24 hours in a day very wisely and do multiple things like Moshki does. Moshki, do you have any words of advice for our viewers who aspire to be like you or who are struggling as new immigrants?
My personal advice or suggestion would be to really go out to meet people, because networking really helps you. I started off as an immigrant, struggled through it, but then I realized that the more you meet people, especially if you're going to networking events, it really helps you. And there's so many good organizations out there. Just get involved. Even being a volunteer, helping them will really make you get involved and then make some good connections that can help you with your career and your better life.
Very wise words. Well, Moshki, so much to talk about, so little time for us right now. Is there some place that our viewers can get more information?
Sure. If they would like to get involved in our nonprofit organization, we have a website called www.icacionline.com, and ICACI stands for Indo-Canadian Arts and Culture Initiative. We are also on social media, so you can check it out on Facebook also, ICACI Canada. You can check out our page there and then get involved. We're looking forward to having you on board.
Thank you very much, Moshki, for talking to us today, and all the best with everything you do.
Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure being here.
तो ये थे मिस मोक्शी वर्क, जिन्होंने हमें अपने कम्युनिटी को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया है. Well, that's a wrap for this week's show. Continue to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for updates, and write to me at spotlight@ethnicchannels.com. Until next week, this is Amitha signing off, encouraging you to use your skills to help your own community.